Say you're a 25-year-old in their first job and you're ready to buy your first car. Your budget is around 250,000 Rand and your criteria is the same as all your age mates. You want something practical, fun, and does the everyday thing well. What you really want is a VW Polo Vivo, but you fear high insurance premiums, especially because you know that you might need that insurance one day. You consider a Kia Picanto, but realize that its 1-liter engine barely keeps up with traffic, and the model you really want is almost 300,000 Rand. That leaves you with a few more options like the Renault Kiger, but you realize that you're in the same conundrum over there as the Kia Picanto. Your last option is to take your hard-earned coins and run to your nearest dealership in Kempton Park, only to buy a 3-owner BMW 320d with 65,000 alleged kilometers, currently for sale at 3 different dealerships. Or you could consider this newcomer to the sub 250,000 Rand starter packs. Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you a 2023 Citroen C3. A refocused take on the small French car which is currently marketed to have SUV styling. About 3 months ago, I reviewed the 2022 version of the C3, but that car has been sold to one of my closest friends, so I jumped at the opportunity to review this latest version of the car. Before we argue about pronunciation of whether this car is a Citroën, a Citroen or a Citroen, the correct way to say it according to multiple sources is Citroën. But for the purpose of this video, I will only refer to this car as the C3. From the outside, the C3 is a perfect example of same but different. I say this because some of the DNA of the previous C3 has found its way into this version, but you can see that some things aren't quite the same. For example, you still get this similar styling on the front end, with divided headlights leading to the Citroen logo in the center of the car. You also get contrast-colored roofing and mirror caps. However, you can tell that there are some differences when it comes to this vehicle. For starters, the car isn't quite graced with the same rounded design that it once had before. You also have a ground clearance of 180mm, making this car higher riding than the vehicle it replaces. Now, you might ask yourself why Citroën decided to reposition this vehicle in South Africa. The only logical answer is this. This segment is much more competitive. Think about this. How many more Renault Kigers do you see in comparison to Clios? Now take that very same scenario and apply it here. You see where I'm going with this. Other than the ground clearance on this vehicle, the other unique selling point has to be how you can personalize it. So you can have a white car with a grey top, a white car with an orange top, an orange car with a grey top. Basically, there's a little something for everyone. But I want to find out from you, do you like the styling of the new C3 or would you go for the previous one? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're at it, please like, share and subscribe. Do all of those YouTube things, I really do appreciate it. Moving to the front seat, and the first thing that you notice is the bright orange dashboard before anything. If orange is not your thing, worry not. You can opt for the new C3 with a more digestible grey dashboard. One of my favorite features in here is the height adjustable seat. Not many cars in this segment has that as standard. Another thing that's rare in this segment is wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. If you like rev counters, I have bad news for you. This car does not have one. At least you have a shift indicator just to tell you which gear you should be in. This interior is mostly basic and we can't nail it for that because this is a budget car at the end of the day. Moving to the back seat, and we sometimes forget how spacious these smaller cars can be. You have loads of legroom and knee room, and headroom is more than adequate. In terms of practicality, you have a cup holder in each door, 2 USB ports, and some storage which can be used as a cup holder. Perhaps the weirdest thing in here is the placement of the window switches. They aren't on the door like every other car, but in the center for everyone to be able to use them. Moving to the boot end, you have 315 liters of space in here. There's not much in here in terms of practicality like your lights, hooks or false floors, but it should be big enough for the target market. If you open in here, you will see a Mari biscuit. This would have been a surprise if the car was more expensive, but we will forgive it because, this is a budget car at the end of the day. Under the hood, you will find a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated engine putting out 61 kilowatts of power and 150 Newton meters of torque. This unit is mated to a 5-speed manual transmission and sends power to the front wheels. I couldn't find any official acceleration or top speed figures, but if the previous car is anything to go by, expect a 0 to 100 time of 13.2 seconds and a top speed of around 165 kilometers per hour. We do, however, have a claimed fuel consumption figure of 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers, and I managed to get that with minimal effort. Out on the open road, you can basically look at this car in 2 different ways, by comparing it to its predecessor or to its direct competitors. If you're going to compare it to the outgoing model, you will definitely feel that this new model is a serious exercise in cost cutting. Some of that polish that made the previous model a great car to drive has been removed to make this vehicle appeal to first-time buyers, so forget about features such as cruise control and lane keep assist. But when you compare this vehicle to direct rivals such as the base Hyundai Grand i10, it is definitely more powerful, making drives on the highway much more bearable. And thanks to the height adjustable driver's seat, it is also easy to get more comfortable in here. If I have to fault this car on anything in terms of the drive, I would definitely say that the clutch action takes some getting used to. I also found the car to be a little bit rowdy at higher speeds. Wind noise and tire roar are to be expected, but the engine sound seems to make its way into the cabin. So, what's the damage? If you want a 2023 Citroen C3 1.2 litre feel, expect to pay around 229,900 Rand. If you finance that over 72 months at an interest rate of 11.75% with no deposit and no balloon payments, expect to pay around 4,500 Rand a month. Add 2 full tanks of petrol and that amount goes up to 5,800 Rand per month. There is a payment option which allows you to pay from as little as 2,999 per month, and if you are interested in this offer, drop Sandile a message and we will be more than happy to assist you. When you buy a new C3, it comes standard with a 2-year 30,000 km service plan and a 5-year 100,000 km warranty. So, what are my final thoughts on the C3? If you're looking for a brand new car with some decent ground clearance under 250,000 Rand, this is the car to buy. Competition is stiff at this price point, but this car does more than enough to differentiate itself from its rivals. Citroën says that we can expect an automatic version in future, and if this can be mated to a turbocharged power plant, this package would be a winner. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more reviews like this one, please subscribe to the channel. But guys, thank you very much for watching this review. Until the next one, take care and stay driven. You know, restaurants sometimes show you a meal and when it comes it looks nothing like the advert. Yeah. Luckily you can have your Citroen C3 looking like the advert, but it comes at a cost though.